Yeah, Seattle is always rainy and cold, so it's going to be a different environment for us, and they have a great fan base also there, so we expect a high-tempo game and just, deal with the elements and play our game.
And we talk about Seattle, a little bit of a homecoming for you, being from that area. What's that like, being able to go back to Seattle, play in front of some family and friends, and have that support?
Yeah, it's amazing. I can't wait to see all my friends and my family and play against them, play against some former teammates of mine, and obviously I went to college, grew up there, so it's always like a game I circle on my calendar, so I'm super excited.
And only 4 games in, seems like it's probably been longer for that, I bet. But how's the start of the season going? A new team, so a new role. But how do you kind of maintain the success that coming off of last year into this year?
Yeah, I think that was a big focus for us when we finished this last year, and then going into this year was just maintain the momentum that we had after the championship, and I think we've done that excellently, and super excited, and we just want to keep this roll going and the momentum going.
And then you personally, kind of doing the same thing you did last year into this year. What were some personal goals that you set, or some things that you've been working on here this season?
Yeah, I think last year I had more of a breakout year into showing what I could do on the field and having more minutes, and I think I just want to continue that, continue trying to find goals, assists, and just like be in the attack, make an impact as much as I can.
You talk about finding minutes, earning the playing time. It's a very competitive group. What's that like, being able to go compete out on the training field, and then come game day you're all on the same team?
Oh, it's amazing. Every single one of us deserves to be starting. We have a great lineup. We have a great depth in our team, so it's an honor to fight against them every single day, but yet come together as one heartbeat, and it's amazing.
Thank you, Summer. Best
Yeah.
of luck.
Thank you.
All right, finally, we'll wrap up with head coach Seb Hines. Coming off an international break, a little bit of a week off, and then headed cross country to Seattle. Just give us your initial thoughts on the matchup you expect.
Yeah, so leading up to this game against Seattle, we had a little reflection period of what we've done so far, areas that we can continue to improve on, but the players have done phenomenal. 3 games, 3 wins, 10 goals, 1 conceded, and we've built really good momentum. We talked about having our home games and making that a fortress, and we've continued from where we left off last year, which has been really important. And then looking forward to Seattle, difficult place to go play, different type of team as well to what it has been in the past. A lot of young players come in, and they've done really well to start the year. So it should set out to be an exciting game.
Great. We talked about coming off the international break. Obviously, Ange went full 90 for a couple matches. Anna coming back, Sam's coming back, and Zara coming back. How do you kind of manage all of them coming back, especially getting jumped right back into the fire and having a match pretty much right when they return?
Yeah, I think that's the reality when our players are getting acknowledged and being able to represent their country. This is one of the highest honours you can have. And so you have to be adaptable. You have to, make sure you're making good decisions, reading how many minutes they've played, their travel as well. It can be challenging, but we've really focused on the players who have been in camp and have been here, and again, talking about areas that we can continue to improve on is really important for this stretch of games until the next international break.
And talking again, just one more about the international break. The U.S. and Brazil played the first women's professional match at SoFi Stadium. What does that mean, just kind of for the growth of the women's game in the United States, but also kind of here locally in Orlando?
Yeah, I mean it's a great stadium. It's a lovely stadium, and to see the amount of fans come out to support the players, it was a really entertaining game. I was happy to watch it on TV. And it was really entertaining. It was great that we had representation on that stage, and yeah, it'll just continue to grow. Soccer in the US is growing each year, and they have to get prepared for the upcoming World Cups. But yeah, for the challenges for the US to play a team like Brazil, and us to have players like Angelina, and obviously Em was on the bench but wasn't able to get minutes. It's great for the club and great for the city, because we want to start obviously hosting games here as well. So the support is there, the resource is there, and hopefully it will continue to move in the right direction.
finally, just back to this upcoming match against Seattle. What's maybe one thing that has stood out to you from reviewing their first couple matches? Like you said, it's kind of a newer team there. So what's a couple things that maybe stood out that you'll have to negate in the match?
Yeah, they've had 3 difficult games, 1 at home, 2 away matches in hostile environments. First game against Gotham, we all know it's a difficult game against Gotham, but getting a tie there, and then obviously getting a win at North Carolina, which we all know is really difficult. Their home record is unbelievable. So to walk away with 3 points away at North Carolina, they should hold their heads up high. And then the defeat against LA, which again is a difficult place to go play. So we know they have talented players. We know they have a lot of youth and supplemented with some experience as well. So as long as we focus on ourselves and be aware of their threats, I think we can go there and get 3 points and move on to the next game.
Great. Thank you, Seb.
Thank you.